Mr. Case, Up Global, you've said in your speech that 90% of the money only goes to New York, San Francisco, and Boston. Up Global goes all over the Midwest, Kansas City, but it also goes to places like Basel, Rock, places that you don't expect. Are you going to use this as more of a traditional funding means also for women and minority-owned startups who are usually excluded from the whole incubator, social media, even the Jobs Act? I mean, this is...
First of all, the data, 75% is California, New York, Massachusetts. 90% is the men versus the women. And Up Global and the Startup Weekend program really was a global program to try to educate people about entrepreneurship and allow them to connect to each other. That's sort of separate from what's happening, particularly with crowdfunding. But as more people understand crowdfunding, I think that's going to be one of the things that really does help level the playing field, not just in terms of place, but also different people.
Because minorities and women want more traditional means of financing, bank loans. The crowdfunding seems to be a small group of the same guys from Stanford.
No, I don't think that's right. There's technology crowdfunding, some sites like AngelList that do that, but there are a lot of other consumer products, like Circle Up is one that's got some traction, or different kinds of products. And you're seeing in different communities the growth of impact hubs, or sometimes they're called opportunity hubs, that really do kind of level the playing field and give people the ability to learn about how to start their business. So it's not just about the tech startup, it's much broader than that.
And you talk about the next wave being different. In a nutshell, how will it be different?
The three key areas are going to be partnership, policy, and perseverance. Partnership, because in most of these sectors ripe for disruption, education, healthcare, you can't go it alone. You have to figure out how to partner with other companies that are doing that, other organizations. If you want to change education, and you have to partner with universities. If you want to do something in healthcare, you have to partner with hospitals. It's not just about the software. So partnership is a big deal. And policy is a big deal because these are regulated businesses. You may not like that, but that's true. And so you have to understand that aspect to it. It's not just about, kind of Instagram coming up with a better photo app. It's how do you get that product or service to a market in a market where the sectors are regulated. And perseverance is because some of these are going to be harder. It's going to take longer. And the reason I wrote the book is those three P's, partnership, and policy, and perseverance, were very important in the first wave and not that important in the second wave, or it can become important again in the third wave.
Particularly in sectors such as healthcare?
Yeah. Is there anything government should do to sort of facilitate this next wave?
I have a whole chapter on that. But some of it is trying to make sure crowdfunding does work everywhere. The SEC rules work, and it's more of truly does level the playing field. Some of it is working on immigration reform, so we can win with global battle for talent. Some of it is on regulation, make sure these sectors have appropriate regulation. So there's a bunch of things that the government needs to do.
But the Obama administration doesn't seem to be doing a good job in getting all the positive details of the Jobs Act. You have $50 million, no capital gains, no taxes, exemptions. I mean, it's one of the best pieces of financial legislation, but they don't seem to be promoting it maybe as much as they should to create the new businesses.
That's probably true. I think the fact that it got done is great, but I think most people still don't understand fully what's in there and how it can benefit entrepreneurs. So there's probably still some work to educate people, particularly now that crowdfunding is legalized. That's an opportunity to do that, where how do you teach people in all across the country who don't understand what crowdfunding is and don't see that as an option, it is an option. Going back to your other point about lending, yes, sometimes people prefer borrowing from a bank, but a lot of banks aren't lending to these young small businesses. There are some new platforms that have emerged, small business lending platforms with a bunch of different companies that are providing at least some of that. So there's not any one answer here. To figure out more ways for more people to get more access to capital so they can get started if they have an idea. That's the whole effort.
Okay, we've got to go to...
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.